So I don't know what kind of bird he is or anything, but yeah, he's got no feathers.
Tell you what, what was your name again? Let me get your phone number. I'm gonna give your number to a volunteer down there and he can come and get it from you.
What's the value of a single wild heartbeat? I am Morgan Heim. I live here in Astoria, Oregon, and I'm a wildlife photojournalist and filmmaker. My job takes me all over the world, and I get to see a lot of incredible wildlife, but the stories and the questions and the people working here at home are just as important. I heard about this rescue center that was the only one of its kind working on the North Coast here.
I'm Josh Sarampa. I'm the Executive Director of the Wildlife Center of the North Coast. I'm a licensed wildlife rehabilitator, and I have been for the past 9 years.
I knew I wanted to come to a place like this, and when I met Josh, I couldn't believe his story. I couldn't believe that he was like 27 years old and working as the Executive Director, that he started when he was 16. Like, he's just ambitious and optimistic and totally in love with what he does. I couldn't help but admire that.
We do two different things. Wildlife rehabilitation, or the wildlife hospital clinic, is our main facet. So we take in most native, injured, orphaned, and or sick wildlife, with the goal being to get them prepared for life in the wild again and release them back.
A lot of hit by cars. 70% of intakes were due to human impacts. So that in itself is a statistic that shows that wildlife rehab is necessary in terms of keeping these species going.
On top of wildlife rehabilitation, we also do educational programming, conservation educational programming.
As humans, we make a deeper connection when we've had a close interaction with something. And with birds, you know, people don't often get to be close up to them, and having that experience really changes things.
There's never, it seems like, a down moment. There's always a new mouth to feed. There's something new coming in all the time. And there's lots of feeding and cleaning. It's just never slowing down.
So yeah, you have to work pretty hard and pretty fast in a job like this. If you take too long, they're not going to get the food the time they need. They're not going to have clean water fast enough.
We're constantly moving, and there's like one tiny month-and-a-half period where there's like, it's pretty slow, and then suddenly we're getting hit with baby birds.
My daily routine is pick up, poop, clean.
It was keep running. You have to keep running because there was no stopping.
Pick up, poop again, and then clean.
Sprinting a marathon is a really good way to put it. We don't have limits. We take in animals no matter what.
This is called the pre-wash.
I mean, it takes passion because it's not easy. I mean, there's a lot of grunt work involved.
And then feed. Maybe feed multiple times a day because these birds are always eating. It's a part of the job. And I love it.
The cutting of mice is probably the messiest.
Are you ready to do this?
Okay, here you go.
Oh,
You
man.
did it.
These guys were on a cruise ship that came from Portland, and their mom was gone, of course. We'll be releasing them the next week or two back to the wild.
I don't think I'm any more deserving of a heartbeat than the robin that comes in caught by a cat. Our job is not to fix this animal coming in for help, it's to relieve its suffering. And a lot of the times, relieving suffering means, humane euthanasia. But also, I have to focus on the good outcomes. Seeing these volunteers and just absolutely falling in love, and no matter what their backgrounds are, they all are here for the same reason, and that's to help wildlife.
Even though there's really sad moments, being able to save some, it makes it all worth it. We're not naive to the fact that one animal doesn't make an impact on the population, but telling one person why that animal came in makes a huge impact.
The red-tailed hawk, she came in after being hit by a car, getting stuck in the roof rack and being driven 60 miles before we get her, and then having a fracture that's not really the most straightforward one to kind of try to heal. It's pretty special, so yeah, it's great that we were able to release her.
Josh's drive and passion for the organization and the mission is extraordinary.
He had such admiration for the founder of the center that even though she has passed away, he would not want to let her down.
It was really hard when she passed.
When Josh was appointed the executive director, probably the week before that, he was out cleaning out pens where animals were kept.
It was terrifying to take on an entire organization and you're responsible for it.
One big challenge is that we have only one center, and they exist completely on contributions from people like you and me.
Funding is always a need, an area of major need, and you look around here and there are enclosures that need to be rebuilt, and there are always more needs, and I don't have the right words to say, oh my God, we need money.
So what training did he have to be an executive director for an organization like this? His training was his passion.
It's always a big question mark for us whether or not, we're still going to get those donations we got last year.
My hope is that people start to realize the impact that we can have.
If you're passionate about wildlife, definitely get out there and hop in because you can make a difference.
Places like the Wildlife Center of the North Coast exist because people care about what they're doing. So much of what keeps them running are just small individual donations by random people from all over. Here's something really tangible that you can do, that you give, you help. It's as simple as that.